Okay, it says that we are live, and as you can see, we're about 4 minutes prior to the official start time. And I'm going to see if I can get this show up on the iPad here and just make sure the audio is working properly. And we'll see here what we've got going on. This is a semi-special broadcast. There we go. And the audio does sound good. And I actually had a comment on one of my videos asking about the watch that's on the screen, and that's the 005. And he asked about the 001, which is the limited edition version with the star on the dial. And we'll talk about that a little bit. And I believe that's the one that Adrian at Bark and Jack has. And Arnold says hello. He's in the house early for the pregame show, about 4 minutes before the official start time. And then I'm going to also talk about a thread that I saw on, I guess, the Horology Talk, one of the Horology Facebook pages, where they were just going on and on. It was a long thread, and they were saying basically that they like this watch, but they hate the bracelet, and they really hate the clasp. And I suspect that a lot of these people that were talking about this have never worn this watch, especially never worn it for any period of time, because the bracelet is exceptionally comfortable. And I think it looks good. Let's get a close-up here. I think it looks stunning. I think it adds a little bit of bling as compared to the typical oyster bracelet that you would have on a sub, for example. I think this adds just a little bit of classy bling. And the flexibility that you have in this bracelet and the finishing on it, the way everything's rounded so nice, just makes it feel so good on the wrist that you literally don't want to take it off. I mean, I wear this thing pretty much 24/7. There are a few times when I will take it off. If the young lady is complaining that we're doing something together and it might get in her hair or something, I might take it off for purposes like that. But generally speaking, it stays on the wrist all the freaking time. And then when we get to the clasp, when I first got this watch, I was like everybody else. I was like, yeah, I'm not so sure about that clasp, right? But the more I wear it, function just trumps anything else. It really does. It works so well. It's just, I mean, you just sit here. If I want to extend this, I just lift this up and bam, just like that, I've extended it a little bit. Okay, it's been extended a little bit, just like that. And then I can push it in one click at a time and fine tune the adjustment, right? It's so easy to just quickly adjust like that. And then just little things like taking it on and off is easier than a sub. This is very easy to get to, the flip lock. It's got a nice indentation there, very easy to get to. On the sub, it's kind of can be a little bit hard to get sometimes with your fingernail. Okay, so anyway, I pull this up, and then the twin locks on either side, just push that in. It's just so easy. Much easier than pulling the release on the sub. So little things like taking this watch on and off wrist is so much easier. And you can do it blind, right? It's no issue whatever. You can extend it blind. You can adjust it. You can take it on and off. Sometimes, folks, especially if you're actually going to wear and use these watches, and that's what this channel is all about, is actually using these watches, sometimes function is very important. So, let's see here. Craig, my boyfriend Kyle showed me your channel. I love it. Leslie's in the house. All right. Well, what? Let us know, Leslie, what watch you're wearing. And by the way, you and Kyle should Skype in sometime. I love to have guests come in and Skype into the show. And if you want to do that sometime, send me an email. My name, CraigShipp, CraigShipp, @gmail.com. Send me an email. I'll give you my Skype handle. And we'd love to have you Skype into the show. I do that anytime I can because we love to have guests come in. Let's see here. Can you recommend any watches for women? I'm small, LOL. Okay, so here's the thing. Some women like to wear a small men's watch. They like a watch with more presence. Like, for example, this watch here. Now, that's not small, but that's 39 mils, 39 millimeter. It's 12 mils thick. So it can look pretty good on a lady's wrist. Let me try to pull up the photo of Brianna wearing that 005. Let me see if I can pull this up. If I get lucky here. I guess I'm going to have to do it a different way. Just give me a second here. Oh, so it was on that. So I've got a photo here that I took recently of her wearing the watch, and I'm hoping I can just put a handle on it real quick here, because it'll show you the size on wrist. Here it is. Oh, wait, which watch is that? I think that is, let me see if, oh, here's the one with both watches. Okay, here. I'm going to pull this photo up. Bear with me a second, okay? All right, so so there she has the 39 mil watch on her left hand, and that's that watch there. And then she's got the diver that I have on right now on her right hand, and obviously that's large, right? And they're not, neither one are sized for her. That's why they're so far up her arm, right? But some girls would like the 39 mil. I think a 36 mil Datejust, I think that would look great. And we've got a 36 mil Oyster Perpetual is a great choice for women. I agree. The Oyster Perpetual is fantastic. And especially since you don't have a date to worry about setting. So I would definitely say yes, an Oyster Perpetual in 36 mil. Obviously, you can buy the ladies' sizes that are significantly smaller. It just comes down to your personal taste and really how you dress. If you dress casual a lot, wearing jeans and a nice top or whatever, maybe a larger watch, looking more sporty, like a 36 mil, or even pushing it up to like a 39 mil. We absolutely will Skype in sometime. Super, super. So it really depends on how you dress. If you dress like in a lot of dresses and you dress up more, then I think a smaller watch is appropriate. Same thing with men, like for a dress watch. I think if you're wearing suits a lot or you go to a lot of formal occasions and things like that, you want a smaller, trimmer watch, right? It just looks classier than wearing something gargantuan on your wrist in that type of a situation. Happy Veterans Day to everyone who has served or is now serving. Hey, Blue Shirt Buddha in the house. Yeah, I went to the Veterans Day parade in Brunswick. Excuse me, yesterday. Got a video up and some photos. Check it out. It was a lot of fun. What's a reasonable discount to push for on a Grand Seiko Snowflake? Snowflake. As far as a discount new, that's a good question. I know Steve will work with you if he has inventory. Some of these models have been getting a little bit tight. But I think used, the last time I checked, you're looking anywhere from around $4,600 up to around $5,000 for one used in really good shape. Just to give you a benchmark, that's typically where they go, at least from what I've noticed. Now I'm talking about the 2017 and newer model, the model with the newer dial, with the Grand Seiko at the top, the GS and Grand Seiko at the top like that. I would not recommend buying one on the older dial. I think they look dated, and I like the newer dial, so 2017 and newer. But I would definitely talk to Steve at Little Treasury and see what kind of deal he can get you on a brand new one so your name's on the paperwork. But my guessing is it's going to be somewhere in between those used prices I just quoted and the price new. Is the price new $5,800 still? I think it is. So my guess is you're going to be somewhere in between those two. And again, inventory is going to be an issue. Some dealers are just not going to have one in stock. Let's see what else. The 39 mil Rolex 21427 Explorer is almost the perfect watch flies under the radar and can be both a dress watch and a sport watch. Let's pull that one up. 214270. 214270. Let's see if we can pull that puppy up. Here's one at Crown and Caliber. Let's see what their picture looks like before I cut to it here. And why? Whoops. All right, yeah, that's not a terrible picture. So there you go. There's one for $59.50. And let's see some of these other photos. Well, anyway, you get the idea. You get the idea. It's a fantastic watch. Now, if you want something that is even a little more towards the dressier side, then get an Oyster Perpetual. Definitely get an Oyster Perpetual, either a 36 mil or the bigger. I think it comes in the bigger size now. But you know, the Explorer, the dial and all, it pushes it a little bit more towards sporty, whereas the Oyster Perpetual, depending on the dial you get and all, can be a little bit dressier. My wrist is 5 inches. I've never owned a watch before, unfortunately. Okay, 5 inch. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I would go to a really good AD, authorized dealer, and I would try on some watches. To me, if the watch isn't comfortable, then there's no reason to get it, because I buy my watches to actually wear and use. And obviously, you're going to want something that has a nice look to it. What is your budget? What are you looking to spend? Because then I could give you even some more advice. Another real interesting possibility are some of the Grand Seikos that you will find on eBay. And some of them are men's watches that are like 35 mils. I sold a gold dress watch, 18 karat gold dress watch. There's a video on my channel here. Search Grand Seiko 18K. And you'll see it was a stunning piece. And it was about 35, I think, 0.5 mils. And that would look stunning because it was nice and thin. It was only 10 mils thick. I mean, that would look stunning, I'm sure, on your wrist. So some of the Grand Seikos are smaller watches, and they can be had for a deal because the men don't want to buy them. Some of these are men's watches that are like 35 mils, and the men don't want to buy them because they're too small. And so it would be a buyer's market for you. You could get a deal. It's always good to get a deal on something. Let's see. Thank you so very much for going online. I really miss the crazy talks. Well, this is a little bit crazy today because I'll tell you what, I'm talking about actually wearing and using these watches. And these people in these forums, I get the impression from what a lot of them say that they really don't wear and use their watches. They have them sit around and watch cases or whatever, and they admire them and they take photos of them and they share them on social media. But I don't think they're on their wrist very much, which I think is very, very sad. I think these watches were designed to be on the wrist. That's why they're called wrist watches. Imagine that kind of crazy talk on this channel. The OP39 is definitely a little more dressy than the Explorer. There you go, Blue Shirt Buddha in the house, bringing it. SBGR311 on wrist. Okay, let's check that one out. SBGR311. Okay. Let's see if we can find... well, here's one on Chrono 24. Let's see what their picture looks like before I show it. It's a limited edition, automatic. Okay, here we go. There's the stunner right there. The stunner with that brown dial. Absolutely, that is stunning. So there you go. They might not even have it in stock. That might just be a price leader to suck us in. Sometimes these places don't even have the watch. They advertise it. Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, we've got some sophisticated language from Denmark. Okay. I think around 1,500 or so used is okay too. Leslie in the house. Okay, so you can get some really interesting Grand Seikos on eBay, but you definitely want to be careful and buy from somebody that has really good ratings. I would get something with the 9F movement. It's going to be extremely reliable for you. It's going to be extremely accurate. It's rugged, it's robust, so you can wear the watch all the time. You don't have to worry about it. Some of the sport models will have a screw-down crown. A fair number of them will not. So if you're going to be swimming with it or going in the hot tub or whatever.
Important security message. Your computer has been locked up. Your IP address was used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contain
some scam website. I was trying to go to eBay, for gosh sakes. eBay.com. Let me just type it in manually here instead of using the damn search. So you have to be careful about swimming with some of these watches. If they don't have a screw-down crown, I wouldn't do it. And even sometimes if they do, if you bought the watch used and all, you don't know how old it is and all those kinds of things, I would probably be careful about swimming with it. But let's take a look here. Let me do a quick search here. And I've done this before on the channel, and we've come up with some interesting watches. I'm just searching Grand Seiko on eBay, and I'm going to sort by price. Let's see, price lowest first. Let's see here. We're going to get a lot of junk. We're going to get a lot of like parts. Let me see where we get to one that's halfway decent before I show the screen here. Oh, that's got an integral bracelet. I don't like an integral bracelet no matter what the price. Yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. Now we're getting warmer. Oh, I wonder if you would like a strap. Several of these in here that are starting to look interesting at around the $500 price point. Let me get up a little bit more here just to get into something a little more interesting. And then I will show you something. Be patient here, folks. Be patient. This is how live TV works. Well, let me show the screen. I'll show the screen what I'm scrolling through here. Tell you what, I'm gonna tweak the search. I'm just gonna say Grand Seiko 9F and see what we get that way. All right. Now we're getting warmer here, folks. We're getting warmer. That one looks pretty clean. That 948 right there looks pretty clean. It's got the date. I don't know if you want the date or not. Here's another one for 948, 980, 997. That's starting to look pretty interesting right there. I bought mine from Japan, by the way, my 18 karat gold one. Okay, this is kind of looking interesting. This one for 1,000. Oh, 18 karat in quartz. Oh, so that's got 18 karat gold bezel. That's interesting. Let's take a quick look at that. Let's take a look, see. I kind of like that for a lady with the 18 karat gold bezel. And I guess the gold indices in hand. That's kind of interesting. It looks pretty decent. Looks pretty decent. Okay, so let's take a look in here and see what they say about this puppy. Let's see, lug width 18 mils, 36 mil case size. I think that would be a great case size. pink gold and silver, so it's pink gold. Yeah, I mean, so just a quick little thing to show you here. I mean, I absolutely think that's a possibility, something like that. I mean, not necessarily this particular watch, but very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm sure that would be a really nice piece. Again, I would check on the seller. They 99.4% feedback. It looks like they've got a lot of ratings and so forth. Yeah, I think you can buy a heck of a nice Grand Seiko for around $1,000. Let's see, there is no point in having, and by the way, that 9F, that's going to be nice and trim. That's probably only going to be about 10 mils thick, so it's going to look nice on your wrist. See, on a smaller wrist, you want a nice trim watch. You want a watch that fits right, nice and tight to the wrist. So that's why the 9F, I think, would be, and plus it's just robust. It's just a rugged, heavy-duty movement. There's no point in having a safe queen. If you buy a watch, wear it. Watches are for wearing. They're not investments. Blue Shirt Buddha calling it like it is. Some crazy talk in the house. Getting back to English, Craig, yes. Okay. Still trying to get out of this Tudor Pelagos here. Trying to get out of Wyoming, too, if anyone's got a job for me elsewhere. I've always got a job for people that are willing to work, but people don't tend to want to work. That's the only problem. Oh, someone picked up a SBGY002. Let's check it out. Let's go here. SBGY002. Let's do a time check while I'm doing this. While I'm finding this, we'll do a quick time check. Let's see here. Oh, really? Wait a second. Back up the truck. Craig, your thoughts on my reach first at SBGY002? No, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. This
Hi,
watch
I'm
here?
Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it, and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com.
We've talked about this watch.
Launched for 2019 in honor of the 20th anniversary of the original.
You're pulling our leg here. Skype in or it didn't happen. Wow. Yeah, if you bought that, yeah. Love that watch, pink gold. Yay, Leslie says in the house. And by the way, you're going to find a number of steel and gold Grand Seikos at reasonable prices on eBay. You're going to find some of them that have a touch of gold in the bracelet, this shiny part. Let me switch to this camera. You see the shiny part there? Oh, well, there's some mustard on my watch. I got to clean that off. See the shiny part there? That is gold on some of the bracelets. I always put mustard on everything, and it looks like I got some mustard on my bracelet here. Got to clean that off. Needless to say, I haven't cleaned this watch for, I don't know, a couple weeks. I use a lot of mustard, folks. I hate to admit that. Brianna and I were having a sub the other day, and I'm getting ready to put mustard on. I said, oh, you do like mustard, right? And she says, well, not so much. I almost like smothered her sub with mustard also. Caught that in time, though. We had subs from Hoffman's Market. We're going to have some tomorrow, I think, also. We're going to go get a couple of subs tomorrow at Hoffman's. Oh, they're good. I only do that once a week. That's my vice. Okay, so recently bought a Seiko SARB033. Amazing feel for quality and a good size, 37 for most wrists. I could bet it shares some components with the Grand Seiko. Could be a nice one for a woman. There you go. Absolutely. There's some other Seikos. But again, if she's spending around $1,000, I think she can't go wrong with one of these Grand Seikos with a 9F movement. I think that could be a lifetime watch for her, and she could wear it and enjoy it, and she won't have to baby it. Again, I wouldn't swim with it, but other than that, I think you'd be good. Craig, what do you think about the SBGA092? SBGA092. SBGA092. See what we got here. I'm not familiar with it. Arizona Fine Time has a video on it. Let's check it out. Let's see if we can skip forward.
From Arizona Fine Time, doing our final installment today on the 18 karat gold series of spring drive snowflakes from Grand Seiko. Today we're featuring the pink gold model, available in 3 different shades. The series is actually the very first for the U.S. market to feature a spring drive movement inside a solid 18 karat gold case. Now in the past we've actually seen the 9S64 mechanical manual line movement.
So I'm not I mean, not a big fan of pink gold. I'd rather have regular gold, but I mean, hey, gold is gold. So I would go for it. But I've never even heard of that watch. Never even heard of it. Let's see. I'm getting that SARB 033 as well. I wonder if it would be cheaper for Black Friday, though. It's like $400 on Amazon right now. Yeah, I mean, wait for the deals. Absolutely. Probably not. Okay, SRB 033 have been discontinued. Everything out there is new old stock. Okay. You're absolutely right about the Submariner and its bracelet problems. I wear mine in summertime on a NATO strap. So here's the other thing, and this is what these guys don't understand, is when you're wearing a watch of this size, the titanium makes a huge difference. It makes a significant difference in comfort, in my opinion. And I've been wearing this for a year and a half, so I think I can speak to this. And I've worn a lot of Rolex sport watches over the years, okay? Both subs and GMTs. And GMTs, by the way, are more comfortable on wrist than a sub, especially if you get one with the Jubilee bracelet. But I can tell you by far this is the most comfortable of all of them. And it's not even a close call. It's not even a horse race. So these people that went on and on about how uncomfortable this watch is, and of course most of them were talking about the stainless steel version, which I have no experience with, and I wouldn't buy it. I mean, if I can buy this one, why would I buy the stainless steel one? I mean, there's no, sure, it's a little bit, this is a little bit more money. Okay, yeah, it is, blah, blah, blah. But when you're up in that price range, I would go for the titanium one and be done. Be absolutely done with it. It is freaking amazing. So I have to believe that these guys had never even worn one of these for any period of time whatsoever. Maybe even never even seen one. Whoops. You tell me. I mean, how's it look? You guys tell me. Guys and gals, you tell me. How does that look on wrist? You're looking at it right now live. Okay? Can't get any more live than this. Unless you were sitting here right here next to me. Let me know what you think. Okay, so what you think about the SKX discontinued recently? Here's my thought process on Seikos. The only Seiko that I would probably buy is the SBDC007, the Shogun. Because that watch is just fantastic. Now, it's not that accurate. That movement is not known for being super accurate. I had great luck with it as far as durability. I wore that watch for a couple of years. I had no issues with it. It held up great to heavy use. Others have said they've had problems with it. I think it's pretty reliable, the movement, but it's not that accurate. So that's why I stepped up into this. That's the reason why this is on my wrist, and the SBDC007 went down the pike. Other than that, the SBDC007 is fantastic. It's every bit as comfortable on wrist as this watch, maybe even a little more so because it's a little bit thinner. All right, and it's a good-looking watch. Look at my videos on this channel for that, SBDC007, and I believe you can buy them used for around $500 in really good shape. And that would be the Seiko that I would buy if I was going to buy a Seiko. I mean, there are others, I'm sure, but that would be the one I would buy. Now, Stig, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'm not sure. You're absolutely aware of the Submariner and its bracelet problems. What issues did you run into with the Submariner as far as comfort on wrist or use on wrist? What issues did you run into? Please share in the chat. Let's see here. I think we are caught up. Let me just refresh here and just make sure that we're not missing anything. With the Submariner. Okay, no, we're looking good. And I'm trying to think what else I wanted to address. Oh, by the way, it was unseasonably warm today here. I had a long walk. It was sunny. It was beautiful. And I had a long walk. It was actually very nice here yesterday at the Brunswick Veterans Day Parade. So that we got 2 great days in a row. Tomorrow it is supposed to be a little bit rainy. It's supposed to cool off quite a bit. So, yeah, there'll have to be a little bit of an adjustment for tomorrow and the next day. But I figured I'd wear the polo shirt while I can. While it's warm, I'd wear it, because here pretty soon we won't be wearing the polo shirts anymore until spring. Craig, I'm seeing GS becoming very desirable in the future. They're getting noticed from non-watch medias like the Wall Street Journal, and that's in just a year of effective advertising in the U.S. Well, I think their effective advertising in the U.S. has pretty much happened here. I think it's this channel that has done that for them, because if you look at the early videos I did going back a year and a half ago, and some of them have like over 100,000 views, and it really opened the eyes of a lot of people. And then you've got other watch channels like Bark and Jack. I mean, he went out and bought one, for gosh sakes. You've got some of these guys that were in no way were pro Grand Seiko, are now pro Grand Seiko. So we've basically educated a lot of people and started that snowball rolling, and I think it's good, because they're great watches, and I've got my 2 watches. So if they all of a sudden start getting hard to get and all that, I'm not worried. I'm set. And by the way, any of you all that want to have a Grand Seiko on your wrist, I'd get one sooner rather than later, because I think you're going to start seeing some shortages. And unlike Rolex, they can't make hundreds of thousands of watches, even if they wanted to. They don't have the capacity. So it might start becoming a problem getting the watch that you want. Some of the models are already in short supply. Let's see here. And it's not because of flippers like Rolexes, like a bunch of people buying them up and flipping them. It's not because of that. It's just because they have limited manufacturing capabilities, and it will always be a limited supply watch, I think. And I gather it's a little bit chilly up north. So the Wagster has to wear the long underwear. There you go. And we got the wrench gang has some folks surrounded here. So we got security taken care of. And it was 60 degrees in New York. Rock on. Craig ahead of the game as always. Well, we try to skate where the puck is going, as Wayne Gretzky said. Wasn't he the one that said that? He tries to go where the puck's going to be. Now, I'm not so sure about what's going on. We had a little pump and dump with Bitcoin. Let me see if we can pull up Bitcoin on here and see. Let's see here. Oh, for crying out loud, they forgot me. They forgot me. Gotta try to get logged back in here. I'm probably not gonna be able to get in here. I had to restart the computer. Now it's asking for my 2-step verification and all that stuff. Well, I can't bring it up live right now. Sorry about that, folks. I restarted the laptop after about 2 weeks. Well, let's do a time check, and let's see if I can get the code here real quick and get in. Maybe I can get in quicker than I think. Give me a second here. Get my authenticator going on here. Three. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Let me see. Oh, let me go to Pro. Let me see if I can go to the Pro here. Well, anyway, this is giving you the prices. It's down 3% at 8,700. It was up over 9,000 earlier. It pumped and then it dumped. Let me see if I can get into Pro. Coinbase Pro. Let's see here if I can get into this here. Okay, let's see if it'll stay logged in. Oh shoot, it's asking me to log in again. What a cluster, you know what. All right, now I'm logged in. Okay, so now we got Coinbase Pro up. Now on the iPhone. Okay, so what? All right, so let's see if we look at well, we're at 15 minutes. We should have seen that pump. Where was the pump? Where was the pump and where was the dump? Was this the pump right here? That was the pump. Well, anyway, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. This is why I'm a buy and holder. This is why I'm going to hold until 2028. I don't trade this stuff. I just accumulate and hold. And somebody asked me just yesterday, would you buy Bitcoin at these prices, at the current prices? And I told them, I said, well, here's the deal. I said, I would not buy at these prices. But that's easy for me to say because I've already got plenty of Bitcoin. Now, if I was a no-coiner, if I had 0 Bitcoin, this is not financial advice on this channel, yes, I would be buying like my hair was on fire. I would be so scared to miss out on this thing that I would absolutely be buying Bitcoin at this price. I would be accumulating Bitcoin until I had at least a minimum of 21 Bitcoin. That's what I would want as a minimum if I was a no-coiner right now. But again, this is not financial advice. Don't go out and buy Bitcoin because I said something. I'm just a guy on the internet. But that's what I would do if I didn't have any Bitcoin. So there you go. Okay, anybody else have any questions? Because I'm going to go get something to eat. I started this early and I didn't have lunch. So I'm going to have an early dinner. Let's see. Craig, what price did you buy in at? Okay, Bitcoin. You're talking about Bitcoin. I want to thank you, Craig, for being happy to hear some reasonable talk. Why was that one held for review? We can show that. I think that one's okay. Okay. Okay, what price did you buy in at, Craig? Okay, so I've bought several times over the years. The cheapest I bought was about $30. The last time I bought, the most expensive price I paid, except for the one that I bought on the channel here for $4,000 and then sold for like $8,500, that was just a demonstration, right? I bought 1 Bitcoin and then later I sold it. Forgetting about that one, the most I paid was $1,250 for Bitcoin. And I bought in between those two numbers, and I sold some Bitcoin during the 2017, the big run up. I sold some. I think the highest number I got was around 15,000 for Bitcoin. I sold some Bitcoin, and then I sold some at like I don't know, 8,000. And then I decided, when did I decide to not sell anymore? I don't know, like a year or so ago or whenever it was. I decided that I wasn't going to try to time the market or guess or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just going to hold the rest of the Bitcoin until 2028. So I'm not selling anymore. So that's the deal. Let's see here. Lots of smooth-brained, overextend dorks in this scene. Okay. What's a smooth-brained? Can you guys let me know? I'm not a hipster. Can you let me know what smooth-brained, what that means, and translate that into English? The hipster talk here. That's kind of funny. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Bitcoin. I don't think anybody knows. And I think if anybody tells you they know, I think that they probably don't know. So, but I will say this, it's been fun and it's been exciting to watch. And it's going to be exciting to see what happens, I think, over the next 10 years. I don't think it's going to die. I really don't think they're going to be able to kill it. They're going to try, but I don't think they're going to be able to kill it. Craig, Bitcoin/stocks aren't investment. Only steel Rolexes are. There you go. Go for the steel. Go for the steel, a limited supply item. Steel. There you go. You heard it here first. So, oh boy. What else were we going to talk about? I think that's about it. Oh, Steve might do a show tomorrow. He opined that he might do a show tomorrow. Hopefully he'll have his technical issues resolved. I just go live here. I just fire up the cameras, turn on the lights, and it typically just works. I don't know. I don't know why they're having so many problems over at Little Treasury, but he's selling so many watches he doesn't have time to focus on the technology side of things, I guess. Let me know any questions, comments, anything at all before I wrap this puppy up. I did have a video shoot scheduled for today, but that got canceled. I did a video Thursday night, a party for Debbie Williams. That was a fun event. You guys should go back and check out that video. That was fun. I did a video. I shot some stuff there at that event. And then Friday, I shot some stuff at the MMI a basketball tournament for one of my sponsors a tournament over at Hood College. So I did some shooting there. And then I went back on Saturday and did some more shooting. And then I put up a video on that. And then, of course, on Sunday, the parade, the Brunswick Veterans Day Parade. 5-figure steel Rolexes are steel. LOL. There you go. I cannot imagine people spending the kind of money they're spending on steel Rolexes and thinking that money is safe. I mean, it's just mind-boggling to me. It's just absolutely bizarre. Especially the Daytonas, the money they're spending on those. Because those things never even sold that well back in the day. They're not really a very useful watch. Most people don't need that stopwatch functionality, right? And aren't going to use it. And eventually these people are going to realize that they have no need for that watch. And they're probably all going to be trying to sell them at the same time. Talk about a market that's going to take it in the you-know-what. Craig, how much do you have in Apple? That stock has boomed. I wish I bought more. Unfortunately, I sold my Apple stock. Yeah, it really boomed up, and I sold it, and I thought I did real good. I was up like 35% or something. I'm like, man, how much more can this go up, right? And I sold it, and of course, it's continued to go up. So, yeah, I mean, you can never time these things really properly, but I was significantly up, and I got out, and I've actually sold. I don't like to have individual stocks, really. I just bought that because it had a big dip, and I bought it, and I held it for a while, and it was up so much I figured I'd take my profit. But I don't like owning individual stocks if I can avoid it. I'd rather have mutual funds, but I have freed up a significant amount of cash here recently because I think the market is overheated. Now, I could be wrong, and we'll see. We'll see if there's a major pullback in the offing. And maybe it'll just keep going up and up and up and up and up, up to the sky. But I'd rather be out early than in too late. But I know most of the experts think it's just going to keep going up to the sky, up and away. So we will see what we shall see. I guess we're going to wrap this up. I don't think anybody else has any questions or comments or whatever. And I don't know what else I would show. Nothing really that I can think of that is on topic. Well, let's do another time check here. Let's get the stunner on the screen here real quick. And by the way, I really don't wear that watch that often. Now, as it gets colder here and I'm going to be wearing long sleeve shirts more often, yes, I will wear it. And it'll get more wrist time. But still, as of now, the vast majority of the wrist time is hogged by this titanium stunner. It just is. I mean, it's just so freaking comfortable, so easy to read in any lighting conditions. The only downside to this watch is I can't use it as a dress watch. I can't wear it underneath a shirt sleeve. That's the only thing that would keep me from just wearing this all the freaking time. So when I finally retire and I'm no longer wearing suits and long sleeve shirts, then maybe I can wear this all the time. And Tom is in the house. We're just getting ready to take off, Tom. What are you coming in late for? We started at 4 o'clock. Let me know if you have any questions, Tom, before we wrap up. We're just getting ready to wrap this puppy up. I'm going to refresh here just to make sure. Maybe I can wear this all. Yeah. Craig, your shows are getting earlier, not good for us folks in Asia. Tom, sorry about that. I usually still do them at 5 o'clock, an hour later than I did today. But today it's a holiday here. It's Veterans Day, and so I figured I would do it a little bit earlier. But yeah, usually we try for 5 o'clock our time. Is that a time that works for you? Or would you rather it be like at 6 o'clock? Or would you rather us do some shows later in the evening, our time? Because maybe we could swing that sometimes. That's a possibility. Let's see. Thanks, Craig. Enjoy your dinner. Please subscribe, give a thumbs up, and turn on the bell. There you go. Our wags watching out for us all the time, always looking out for us. So we will do that. We'll make sure we got the bell clicked so we get notifications. By the way, if you subscribe to Brianna's channel, briefitdance.com, click through to her YouTube channel, you can subscribe to her and you can click on the little bell also. So you'll get, what do you think about Seiko/GS leaving Baselworld? Aren't just about everybody leaving? I think it's a good move. I don't think there's any reason for them to be there. I think they can just do their own events and do their own thing, and we have something called the internet. Here's a deal. Why don't they just send me some watches for me to talk about? How's that? That'll work. So, no, I think everybody should leave Baselworld, to tell you the truth. Rolex will probably be the last man standing there, right? Craig, are you waiting to accumulate for assets to retire? Curious, why not you want to retire? Oh, you mean why I don't want to retire now? Well, I enjoy what I'm doing, If I didn't enjoy what I was doing, I would retire, yes. But no, I really enjoy what I'm doing, and I enjoy helping out the businesses that I work with. Most of them are very appreciative of what I do, and that's always good to have that kind of feedback. So if and when I feel like I don't enjoy what I do and or I'm not good at it anymore, then I will step back and take a powder and retire, if you will. But that's probably going to be a while. Maybe 5, maybe 10 years. I don't know. It depends on how my health holds out. If I'm still healthy and all, then I think I'll keep working. I've seen too many people stop working and kind of go downhill as a result. I don't think it's healthy. I think it's always good to be productive and be getting things done. But I'm always trying to accumulate assets, if that's what you're asking. I'm always saving and investing, Ask the Wagster, our Wags, that's what you need to do. Save and invest. Absolutely, always. Let's see. Eat sweet potatoes and salmon. Yeah, absolutely. It's 5:45 a.m. here now. Anytime after 6 would be more ideal. Okay. All right, I got you. Okay, Tom. We're with you. We are with you. We will do our best to accommodate our Asian viewers. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we're going to wrap this puppy up. As always, we have solved all the world's problems right here, right now. If I can get this app up on my phone, because I got to get the app up here to be able to terminate the broadcast. So let's see if this will load in. Let's do a time check while that's happening. My messages are not getting through to you. Oh, shoot. Did you send an email or something? Let's see here. No, I didn't get an email. I'm sorry. Not here recently. Okay, so Citizen, as the world's largest watch supplier, will not leave Baselworld. Okay, interesting. They might end up shutting down Baselworld completely. I mean, it might end up going away. Who knows? Who knows what will happen over there? Over there. Tom says, thanks, Craig. Okay, we're going to wrap it up, folks. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Have a good one. Have a good day in Asia. And have a good night over here in the United States of America. Steve says, thanks.